Hi everyone, hope you had a great Easter. Time to get back to work again. You are now preparing your persuasive speech. These will be due May 1st, so you have 2 weeks to get your persuasive speech ready. Therefore, I want you to write your speech, do it this week. It is due Monday. You do not have to You don't have to turn it in necessarily, but I do need to see that you've written it. If you don't write it out, you're just going to be improvising, and that's going to make it difficult. So you are going to need to actually write it so that you can work, have the rest of the time to work on practicing it and then presenting it May 1st. So some instructions to give you. This is 4 to 6 minutes long, and just like the last one was, we'll probably do it over video, I would assume. And so you'll need to dress up again like you did last time and record your speech and send it to me on May 1st or before. What I'll need you to do by next Monday, I'll put an assignment on that you need to have your speech written, and just send it to me so that I can see that you wrote it. I don't even know that I'm going to necessarily read them. I'll skim through them, but I just want to make sure you've got it written so that you can have plenty of time to practice with it. So that will be due next Monday. So make sure you get to writing on your persuasive speech. You, almost all of you have presented topics to me, and I've approved those and talked to a couple of you about your choices. And so you have an approved topic. So now it's time to start looking up facts. One of the things that I want you to know about persuasive speeches is that you need to focus on 3 different things. First of all, you need to focus on facts. You can't persuade me to either believe what you want me to or to do something if you don't present some facts. So one part about persuasive speaking is giving plenty of data. Therefore, you'll also need a couple of sites where you've looked up information, reliable sites. We've already talked about that. And so in the course of your speech, I'm going to be listening for you to comment on one of your sites where you got some of your facts. And you can do that simply by saying, according to blah, blah, blah website, or this person, this expert, whatever, and then give your information. So I will be looking for you to mention one of your sources as you give your speech. The second thing you need to realize about a persuasive speech is that it's also depends on the emotions. And so part of convincing someone is giving an emotional plea. And you guys have all done that with your parents. You want to go to a concert, you want to go to a party, whatever it might be, and they don't really want to let you do it. And so you have to convince them. Part of it is by using some really good facts, and part of it is by your emotions too. And that probably is easier with your mom than it is with your dad, maybe, but that's neither here nor there. But so you'll want to give an emotional plea for what you're saying also. So I am going to be much more likely to believe in what you have to say if you give me a combination of facts and then some emotion too, to get me stirred up about something. Say, for example, you're going to do recycling. You know, give me something so that I can make an emotional connection with what you're trying to convince me of. And you know, I'll see that you've used facts, that you're proving it that way, and then I can have an emotional connection too, and I can be like, yeah, I want to believe that, or yeah, I want to do that. And I think you guys have seen me do that about as far as your faith goes. Trying to get you to read your Bible, trying to get you to pray. And I've done that throughout the years, throughout the time. Well, I guess you guys have just been with me a year and a half, but there's many times I've done that. And try to give you facts and try to make an emotional plea. And just having gone through Holy Week, this was a very emotional week. Grace and I watched The Passion of the Christ. And if you've never seen it, oh boy. I saw it years ago and I said I never wanted to see it again. And well, I did. I watched it the second time. But that movie has its main, it uses facts, but its main force in persuading you to believe is the emotional, just watching that. So I know you guys have all seen movies, different movies about the crucifixion of Jesus, and it's not easy to watch at all. And so you could say in a way that that's a persuasive movie to try to get you to believe something. So so there's a couple things that you need to think of on your persuasive speech. One other thing I want to say is that when you're trying to convince me to take a side of an issue, you want to address the opposite person's belief also. And you want to be able to discount that. So here's an example. If I'm going to go on the whole thing about recycling, if I was going to say, give you some facts about how much we save in the landfills every year by recycling, I could give you some facts about how even just a small amount of recycling, you can take some things and make some, just a few plastic bottles and make a park bench. And it's kind of amazing, actually. But, and then I might also talk to you about the rivers and oceans in various countries that I've seen documentaries where they're just full of garbage and stuff that should be in a landfill, and they just throw it in the water, throw it in the river. And so I could get your emotions by showing you something like that. So, and I would also address the opposite side. Some people say there's no point in recycling, and here's why they're wrong. So, you need to give what the opposing side might say and why you believe that your way is better or your way is right instead of theirs. So that's another part of persuasive speaking, and that will also help to convince your audience. So as you write your speech, you might want to look back over this video a few times as you write your speech, and remember to get in there facts, remember to get emotions, remember to use a citation, and remember to address the opposite side of the issue and then negate it. So those are 4 things that are really important for this speech. So anyway, get to writing. It'll be due next Monday at the end of the day, and you should turn it in to me at that time, and I'll skim through it, make sure you've done it. As you're writing, you can kind of time 4 to 6 minutes is where you need to hit with it. So that'll give you an idea of how much you need to do. You've done one now, so this one shouldn't be nearly as difficult as the first one. So that's what you're doing all week long. So don't forget to keep working on this project all week. And have a good one.